there really was a man whose real exploits completely overshadow the fictional character we depicted in the movie.
This man, Lord Thomas Cochrane, the model for Russell Crowe's character in the movie.
Thomas is my three-greats-grandfather. I'm the 15th Earl of Dundonald, and he was the 10th Earl of Dundonald.
Lord Cochrane joined the Navy at just 13 years old and grew up to be a hero, winning countless battles against impossible odds.
A lot of people think of him as a bit of a risk-taker, but actually he was a very calculated risk-taker, and he wanted to make sure that he owned the deck of cards rather than playing the deck of cards. I would look at it in those terms.
The movie takes one of its key scenes from an incident in Lord Cochrane's real story. To escape the Acheron at night, Jack Aubrey comes up with a brilliant ruse. He'll use a raft with lanterns on it to send his pursuers in the wrong direction.
First thing is that you have your lights on in order that the enemy gets used to seeing them. So Jack deliberately kept his stern lights on so that the enemy watch would get used to knowing where she was. And then he put his own lights off and steered his vessel away from the decoy raft.
The ruse succeeds in the film, but how close is it to the truth?
It's highly improbable that a warship being pursued by a powerful enemy would display an array of lights on its stern. It's just an illogical thing, and it wouldn't happen.
The real story's much simpler.
Set sail there, aloft. Throw off the leeward brace. Quickly now.
Cochrane was once being chased by a far larger enemy warship. He stayed out of range till nightfall, extinguished all the lights on his ship, then played the trick which inspired that movie scene.
What he did was have his men intermittently show a single light to the pursuers, apparently by accident, letting the light show and disappear and show and disappear, and allow the pursuers to think that some fool on Cochrane's ship was showing a light. I've got here everything Cochrane needed to build a decoy. This is a small cask or barrel. These would have been aboard by the hundred. When full, it would have had dried peas, biscuits, bullets, gunpowder, anything like that on board. This is a small light spar. It could be the broken loom of an oar or something from one of the ship's boats. This is a Royal Naval style battle lantern. They use these by the dozen on board. Everything at hand for a brilliant mind to make use of.
So will this real decoy work as well as the Hollywood version?
It's difficult to determine the distance of a single point of light at night. If there are even just two lights, one can see them getting further apart or closer together as they recede or come nearer. The beauty of this ruse is the pursuing captain, being a mile or 2 miles back, seeing a single point of light, has no way of knowing how far away that light is. He can't tell that's just one lamp that's relatively close to the water. He could easily think that was Cochrane's ship.
The enemy chased the barrel for hours. Come daybreak, Cochrane was 30 miles away.
His foremost interest was the well-being of his ship and his men. To win with reasonable odds, with the minimum loss of life.
Fire as they bear!